D2 Hot Life here with the Bloodline 2.0's biggest supporter, Riptides.
No. Fuck you Bloodline wannabe bitch. Just because you admit that you acknowledge Solo Sikoa.
Hell no, I don't acknowledge that dick.
Yes, you do. You just told me that you acknowledged him.
I don't acknowledge that dick.
You
Sorry,
acknowledge his... What? Whoa. I don't need to know that you acknowledge his dick.
No. His dick probably bigger than yours, dick.
Nope.
And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry about this, but there's only one tribal chief that I acknowledge, and it's not Solo Sikoa. Say it. You're like, I refuse.
I refuse.
Yeah. But anyway, after that funny introduction, we're reviewing the 2024 Money in the Bank pay-per-view that just took place as of this recording, July 6, 2024, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Bad news. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time is retiring next year.
We can't see it. We can't see him anyway. But anyway.
What did you do, bitch?
But anyway, this event took place in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, with an attendance record of what was the name of the arena? The Scotia Bank Arena, or how? I butchered the hell out of that.
The Scotia Notion
Arena, whatever.
Yeah.
With the attendance of 19,858.
All admitted that they had schizophrenia.
Just because everyone sings to Randy Orton's theme song doesn't mean they have schizophrenia. That's just a running joke.
Yes, I know.
We know you do. And I have.
Well, anyone that listens to our damn freaking shit on here knows that we do that fucking running joke every fucking pay-per-view.
Yeah. Anyway, the opening contest to Money in the Bank was the Money in the Bank men's ladder match. It was Andrade versus Carmella Hayes versus Drew McIntyre versus Chad Gable versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight.
Well, I actually have something that would kind of be hilarious, but if Chad Gable had won, would it be Chad in the Bank?
Yes, it would have been a Chad in the Bank. All they would need is a freaking leopard print briefcase. Any of you been watching my dang channel over the years know the reference I am making.
Well, he could borrow Rico's.
Let's get to business. Anyway, what are some of the dangerous spots in this match that stood out to you?
Oh, God.
In the opening ladder match.
Dude, this match was just as brutal as the fucking past Money in the Banks that I've seen. Holy shit.
We've seen dive spots. We've seen people land on ladders. We've seen ladders break.
Dude.
Power bombs on ladders.
McIntyre javelin launched the freaking thing at Jey Uso.
Yeah, I was about to get to that. We had some other great spots that were there. I can't recall them all. These ladder matches are hard to keep track when there's multiple people. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking hell. It's like one spot that, before the end, that stood out to me was when Chad Gable tried to get the Money in the Bank briefcase only to be hanging and dangling there.
Yeah. That was funny as hell.
Only for him to freaking fall splat all the way down on the mat before being super kicked by Jey Uso.
It was funny as hell. He did a belly flop.
Yep.
And it wasn't a very pretty landing either.
Man, that was devastating and nasty in its own right. Along with some other great spots, but in the end, Jey Uso was on the ladder.
Otis was in there.
Yeah.
And he was hanging there with Chad Gable, and Gable fucking dropped, and then obviously all you see is Otis.
Oh, God. Right on top of him. But in the end, Jey Uso was on top of the ladder. Looks like he was about to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. Only
He's about
for
to become Mr. Yeet in the Bank.
only for Drew McIntyre to yeet a ladder into Jay's face. Yes, pun very much definitely intended.
Well, that's what he did. He yeeted the damn thing right from the fucking canvas.
Yep.
He just javelined it.
Yeah, and then afterwards, McIntyre climbed up the ladder and retrieved the men's Money in the Bank briefcase.
I'm surprised Jay could fucking even get up after that.
Yeah.
He got fucking hit right in the damn face and chin.
Exactly.
If that was me, I'd be knocked the fuck out.
Well, it wouldn't even matter if one of us were on top of a ladder or not. If a fucking ladder comes crashing into our head, I think that'd be enough to knock us out.
Yes.
Regardless.
That's what I said. You would be knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. So McIntyre became Mr. Money in the Bank. We'll get back to him later.
He became Jackass in the Bank.
No, Jackass in the Bank would have been Chad Gable winning.
Okay, he became Asshole in the Bank. There you go.
But McIntyre, we'll come back to him later. Hint, hint.
Well, in just a few minutes, yes.
Yes. But anyway, your thoughts on the ladder match was great, but then we move on to the second match of the night was for the Intercontinental Championship. It was Braun Breaker challenging Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
This one didn't really have that back and forth type feel to me. It felt more like a dominant performance by Braun throughout most of it.
Well, Braun said that he wasn't going to really give Sami Zayn a chance to really counter anything.
And I've been noticing this in recent times with all of Sami Zayn's matches. Opponent dominates him, only for Zayn to fight back in the end and win. It's pretty much what we got here.
He also uses the blue Thunderbomb.
Did it win? Of course it didn't, because it never works.
It works.
And yes, I'm quoting Simon Miller here. Oh yeah, it worked. That one time in Saudi Arabia on the pre-show, that was it. But anyway, this match was alright. It was good for what it was. Kind of like a palate cleanser from the ladder match we've seen.
Yeah.
And at times I was convinced Braun Breaker was actually going to win this thing.
He could have. Very much so.
But then Chad Gable actually fought, or not Chad Gable. I'm still stuck on the Sami Zayn Chad Gable feud from last month. I guess that's why I accidentally said that name. But Sami Zayn was actually fighting from underneath. And after reversing Braun Breaker's spear attempt, he actually hit the Helluva Kick to win and retain the championship barely.
Yep.
So what were some spots in this match that stood out to you?
Braun Breaker was trying to get the match over and done with. He hit the fucking Steiner liner.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he also...
Frankensteiner.
That actually, I'm not gonna lie, that actually looked pretty impressive. The Frankensteiner from that top rope.
Dude, he did it from his fucking uncle.
Yeah, his father and his uncle. But both of them were actually... But, this match was pretty good for what it was. Do I believe that someday Braun Breaker will be a champion, whether it's a mid-card champion there or a future world champion there? Yes.
I think he's going to be a world champion at some point.
I mean, despite the loss, Braun Breaker actually did look dominating here and look like he could be a champion in the future.
Yeah.
So in a way, Braun Breaker did look strong in defeat because he put on a dominating performance against Zayn here. Give the devil his due here for a minute. He may have not won, but that just means there's more to come in the future with Braun Breaker being in the title scene.
Well, yeah, look at him freaking when he freaking went to counter Sami Zayn. He freaking literally launched his body at him.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, I think that was the first time Zayn was going for the Luva kick, only for Braun Breaker to just yeet himself into Zayn's body, reversing it.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive.
Well, honestly, if Breaker would have hit that goddamn spear,
the match, we probably would have been. We probably
it would have been his win.
Yes, if Braun Breaker would have hit that spear, I'm pretty sure Braun Breaker would have became Intercontinental Champion with that.
Yes.
Will Braun Breaker be the Intercontinental Champion at some point in the future? Yeah, I very well think so. And people do use that championship as a stepping stone for a world title contendership.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Braun Breaker ends up winning a world championship at some point in the future. Whether that be the world title or WWE championship at some point. So, yeah, tonight was Zayn. He proved to everyone they could be a champion at some point. He's a guy to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
And then after that match was over, Trish Stratus, who was the host of Money in the Bank, actually came out and introduced John Cena, who then made a shocking announcement that I kind of half see coming, but it's something you just really don't expect.
Yep.
Because Cena is up there in age and he's doing more Hollywood anyway, so this announcement kind of didn't shock me. And why don't you tell him, Mr. Cena boy?
Go fuck yourself.
You're just mad because you can't see your idol anymore.
Go suck a dick.
You never could anyway.
I know you want to.
But anyway, tell him what Cena said.
Well, everyone, sadly to say, after 2 fucking decades of him being in WWE, he is now going to be retiring at WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, so we're pretty much looking at the last stretch of Cena matches coming up. If probably by SummerSlam you may have one against whoever, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, now I have to get that goddamn shirt.
All the way through to the Rumble and going to WrestleMania. He also said something about competing in the Elimination Chamber next year as well.
Well, it's going to be all this year, and then
all the way to WrestleMania next April.
Then he'll be in the Royal Rumble, he's saying.
Yep.
And if he doesn't win that, he'll be in the Elimination Chamber.
And if you don't win that, he'll have his last match will probably be against whoever at WrestleMania.
Yep.
No. WrestleMania 41 next year. It's kind of too hard to predict that right now since we're like, was it 9 months away? Something like that at time of recording. Yeah, something like that. It's kind of hard to tell. Who do you think on the current roster would be a perfect final opponent for Cena? They could push Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for Cena's last match.
They could, or they could do the classic Randy Orton, John Cena.
They could do that too. They had millions of matches together. Or they could have a Styles versus Cena match at WrestleMania. Their past feud was actually pretty good.
Good.
Which I want to review at one of these points. Going ahead, but that's for another time.
Or like people were asking at the post show, which I'm kind of watching, but I haven't paused, is that they were asking who would he like to face, even if it's now or people that he hasn't faced in the past.
Yeah.
Or because of WrestleMania 40, they were asking him, what about your unfinished business with The Rock?
As far as I'm concerned, The Rock and John Cena, they're both one apiece. We never got that deciding factor match in like over a decade.
Yes, that's why they're saying the unfinished business.
But regardless, I guess enjoy current day John Cena while you can, because after WrestleMania next year, we literally can't see him.
Fuck you.
Oh, come on. He'll probably be inducted into the Hall of Fame either next year or the year after.
He'll probably be inducted next year, but we'll be able to see him in the video games.
Yeah.
And with me kicking your ass.
Well, we'll talk about that come the main event, because I noticed a certain spot that reminded me of you. We'll talk about that when we get there.
Oh, you mean a certain someone just no-soloing a classic
Certain
Randy
move.
Orton move?
Yes, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Anyway, the next match on the card was Damian Priest defending the World Championship against former champion Seth Rollins. So before,
this match was kind of lackluster.
my big question is, what the hell was Seth Rollins wearing? You still never answered that.
Right? Something he found in his wife's closet.
Yeah, it looked like a pirate shirt, but half white and half black.
I don't know.
Fuck. But the match was... I don't say it was...
What the fuck was Damian Priest wearing?
Ugh. Damian Priest was wearing his regular Judgment Day garb like he usually would. Or something similar to it.
People don't know how to have any fucking fashion sense.
Ugh. Well, no one ever accused Damian Priest of being a fashionista.
Fashionista?
I mean, there are some people... This isn't my opinion, but there's some people online who call Damian Priest gay Undertaker. As we know.
I see it. Honestly... Well, I'm sorry to the LGBTQ plus whatever you are. I don't give a shit.
The community.
You can roast me in comments all you fucking want. I don't care.
Yeah.
But honestly, yes, I see him being a gay Undertaker.
Like, those aren't my words. Those are just words I read online. Through the wrestling internet community. You know how harsh they can be.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, I don't care.
Anyone.
I'm like, I don't care what Damian Priest looks like, as long as he wrestles fine, because he's the world champion now, and so be it. I mean, we've seen more wrestlers dressed more weirder than Damian Priest. Look at Rico.
Yeah.
But yeah, compared to the other...
No one has dressed as weird as Rico.
Goldust.
Not even close.
I don't think Rico was wearing a freaking, like, women's lingerie in the middle of a WrestleMania ring. Goldust did.
Well, Goldust is a whole nother fucking...
level of weird character.
Identity thing over there. He's in our class of his own.
Yep. But anyway, this match is like, I don't want to say it's lackluster, though. I would say up until what a certain someone attempted to do, it was kind of like, looked like paint by the numbers back and forth type match, because both of them were, after a big move, were just paranoid about a certain someone cashing in tonight.
Honestly, I was falling asleep during that match because it was so fucking boring.
Yeah, but, I mean, to be honest, I was too, but I'm just like, It's like, I just want to get this over with, and I'd really never say that about a friggin' Seth Rollins match. Right?
Yeah, no, like I said, it was lackluster as hell. Honestly, I was like, okay, this is boring, falling asleep, and then all of a sudden I just hear the Money in the Bank thing for the replay. I'm like, what, was that McIntyre? Because it sounded like fucking McIntyre's fucking entrance when it came up.
Yeah, and then, I mean, it felt like a paint by the numbers freaking type match. Okay, it wasn't really before what happened near the end. It wasn't really something that I would recommend that I would ever watch back. I mean, now that's not faulting both competitors, but after every single big move, they just stop and just look and stop and look. That kind of ruins the momentum of the match.
Yeah, like I said, boring as hell.
I mean, yeah, Damian Priest did pull off a razor's edge on Seth Rollins, but, that wasn't anything, exciting. No offense to late Scott Hall, right? During this match. And then
the thing is that they tried to hit pedigree. Stop.
Rollins actually did manage to get
heaven.
Rollins did actually manage to get a curve stomp in there for a 2 count.
Well, I'm just saying that what they've done, because they were trying to do it real quick. That's what made it boring to me. Is like, first the beginning, they try to use the stomp of heaven. Try to use the pedigree. Freaking razor's edge. Stomp. This, blah, blah, blah. Who cares?
And then eventually.
And it fucking and then they're like, gotta look behind me. Gotta look behind me.
Yeah.
Gotta look behind me.
I mean, I understand the story they were trying to tell with the paranoia here. It just, in execution, it just kind of flopped for me.
Yes.
So, after whatever, I don't even remember what move freaking Damian Priest used on Rollins to get him down. After that spot, that's when we heard McIntyre's music, Mr. Money in the Bank, who literally won earlier in the show. He came out there, announced he was cashing in right then and there, making it a triple threat. And right when McIntyre looked like he had the match won, which kind of makes sense because McIntyre was all wrapped around up in this during WrestleMania 2, by the way. Guess who came out to screw him over?
CM Mother Flippin' Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk came out, just started beating the hell out of McIntyre as revenge for what happened when McIntyre did to Punk about a month ago on SmackDown.
Well, he also antagonized him the entire time by taking his damn bracelet.
Yeah, that too. Including on the outside by the ring announcers, timekeepers, are just wailing McIntyre with the steel chair shots. And then after McIntyre's broken body got back into the ring, CM Punk actually nailed McIntyre again with the World Championship, enabling Damian Priest to hit like some kind of kick or whatever move he used. Put McIntyre down for a 3 count to retain the championship.
That he used the South of Heaven chokeslam.
Or the South of Heaven chokeslam to put him down, yes. I don't know. I really wasn't paying attention to anything Damian Priest was doing. I was more interested in what Punk was doing on the outside.
Honestly, up until that point when Punk came out, it was just boring. And then right when he came out, I'm like, okay, it's starting to get good. What the hell's going to happen?
Yeah, and then, to my knowledge, and I'm sorry to correct you with this, I actually looked it up. John Cena cashed in literally 8 days later after he won and lost. Drew McIntyre was the first person to win Money in the Bank and lose it the same night.
Man.
But either way, Drew McIntyre was pissed.
Yeah, he was pissed.
Oh, and should we mention, Seth Rollins was also pissed off too because of the pre-match stipulation.
That's because he was inadvertent It was an inadvertent fucking component into that where CM Punk kind of screwed him over as well. That's why we're probably going to be seeing a Rollins versus Punk versus McIntyre.
Yeah. Because the pre-match stipulation was if Damian Priest lost, he would have to leave the Judgment Day. If freaking Rollins lost, he could not get another world title match as long as Priest is champion.
Yep.
And because of that pre-match stipulation and Rollins lost and Priest win, then Rollins can't challenge for the title anymore. So CM Punk kind of inadvertently screwed him over too.
I think that should be thrown out because it became a triple threat.
Yes, and technically Rollins wasn't even pinned.
Disqualification.
And technically Rollins wasn't even pinned to lose.
Exactly.
He was on the outside of the ring.
Exactly.
But it's like, what the hell? Like you said, this could set up a triple threat. If WWE wanted to, they could prolong the McIntyre Punk feud all the way to Bad Blood on October the 5th for a Hell in a Cell match.
Or all the way to WrestleMania, where it fucking began.
They could do that. That would be long-term storytelling, though. It depends on how CM Punk's injury is.
And honestly, 25 years and 28 years without a Bad Blood, damn.
Yeah, the first ever Bad Blood was in '97, and then they recurred that pay-per-view twice in 2003 and 2004.
Yeah, because
So it's been 20 years since the last Bad Blood event.
in the first one, it was Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels in a Hell in a Cell, where we got to see
Kane's debut.
Kane show up for the very first time.
Hint, hint. That could be a future classic pay-per-view review. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, McIntyre became the first person to cash in the same night he won it and lose. And God, I seen a little bit of the press conference. McIntyre was pissed and even back-elbowed freaking Adam Pearce, too, out of frustration after taking out the officials in the little interview area.
Well, Wade Barrett was pissed off, too. He said, I'm at a 3, and if I get to a 4, I'm going to get fired.
Yeah. Yeah, and freaking shit, it's like Wade Barrett was yelling at both McIntyre and Adam Pearce, trying to separate them. So, yeah, that just proves first of something in WWE, probably not the best thing to be stuck with. Being the first one to win Money in the Bank and then lose it the same damn night. Yeah.
Yeah. Which reminds me of another thing. Like Daniel Bryan, the first one to ever lose the title in 18 seconds. At WrestleMania.
You don't even last 18 seconds.
I know you don't.
But we'll get to that event whenever we do that event. Anyway, we're off track here. Next match on the card was the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. It was Chelsea Green versus Io Sky versus Laya Valkyria versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus Zoe Stark. Just like the men's Money in the Bank ladder match earlier in the night, this one was brutal too.
Yeah, but Chelsea Green was stuck in the middle of the ring and fucking everyone else went to go get goddamn ladders. And
I loved how they played up the story how Chelsea Green was afraid of heights. Yeah. And I'm like, at some point, that's going to come into play in this ladder match.
And at some point, her husband's going to be coming back.
Yeah. I forget, who's Chelsea Green married to again?
Zack Ryder.
Oh, okay. I don't keep track. The only freaking married couples I know in WWE are Triple H and Stephanie and Rollins and Lynch.
Or as he's better known as Matt Cardona.
Yeah. So yeah, your thoughts on the spots in this match?
I like the fact you're like, someone better go check on Io's car. I think she broke her ass.
That was near the end.
Well, or fucking, when Lyra fucking just German suplex fucking her off the goddamn
ladder. Onto another ladder. Yeah, there was more ladder break spots, more devastating carnage. There was actually tables used. Stratton and Chelsea Green set up freaking the tables.
Yeah, but it was also funny as how that Zoe Stark kind of took herself out of the match a little bit when she fucking hit her head on the damn ladder.
Yep. That looked devastating.
Her own damn move.
Yeah, Zoe Stark hit this move. I don't remember what it's called, whatever, but she ended up smashing her face into the ladder. We even seen a catapult into the ladder as well at one point. or one of the ladders as well. And Io Sky had the move of the night. I think she did a Acai del Sol or whatever it's called, or a backflip or whatever it's called, basically. And I think Valkyria was the one who took that move. I'm not totally sure. But Io Sky looked the worst because I think she landed literally ass first onto the ladder. And she was selling it like her ass was in pain.
Yes.
Like, she was in that freaking ow my ass position for like a minute straight. And that's why I freaking messaged
the Queen of the Ring when she fucking hit her ass on the fucking
ring
edge of the ring.
And yelled out a certain word that got bleeped out later.
My ass!
Yep. Yeah, but in the end, the Fear Heights came back into play. Oh yeah, by the way, I like Chelsea Green's little reversal on Naomi into a unpurrier when it looked like Naomi had the advantage, but Naomi got an unpurrier onto the ladder instead.
Yeah, I liked how they said it was ugly as hell, but effective.
Yep. There's another famous wrestler right now in freaking AEW that uses the unpurrier. We know he's your boy. Anyway.
No. He's your yellow sperm man.
No, senor.
Yes. Si, senor.
But anyway, the end of the match was kind of like nerve-wracking because they said, "Oh yeah, Chelsea Green's afraid of heights." She proceeds to climb up the ladder, only for Chelsea Green then the temporary alliance was off, and Chelsea Green got knocked off the ladder to the two tables on the outside.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, for someone that's afraid of heights, I don't like falling from big-ass fucking areas. I can only imagine if that were true, the freaking panic going through Chelsea Green's face.
Well, the thing was, with, God damn it, Lyra and, Io fucking pile drived her ass right through the fucking ladder.
Oh yeah, it was a pile driver, yeah.
That's what you said. Oh, she broke her ass!
I think she did. I think freaking Io Sky got the worst of that. To be honest.
She went ass first. Well, no, Lyra got the worst of it because she went face first.
Yeah, but I don't care if you land ass first on a rung of a ladder, whether you're doing a move to someone else or not, you're going to be feeling that pain in your ass.
Yes, but you're going to feel it worse if it gets in your face.
Yes. In the end, Tiffany Stratton actually got the briefcase and became Miss Money in the Bank.
Yeah, man, she's going to be saying, oh, it's tippy time.
Tiffy time in the bank?
God damn it. It just sounds like Tiffy Pop.
You think this is annoying now? Imagine if she successfully cashes in and wins one of the women's world titles.
Oh, God.
Then it'd really be Tiffy time. You really wouldn't be able to shut her up.
Exactly.
Am I right?
Yes.
Ugh. But yeah, after all that carnage was done, we go on to the main event, which was Team Talent Name, which was Cody Rhodes, the champion, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton taking on the Bloodline 2.0.
God damn it, you're not going to let that die, are you?
No, I'm not.
Just let it die.
No.
Yes.
Anyway, they were taking on the Bloodline 2.0, which is Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga with Tonga Loa in a 6-man tag team main event match.
It's Tama Tonga, not Tama Tonga.
Well, whatever. I butcher names. Get over it.
Say it right, god damn it.
It's like, okay, I Riptides.
It's L Riptide, you son of a bitch.
L standing for you took the L.
No, L standing for I'm gonna kick you in the ass.
Anyway, I butchered names. Get over it. Either way, what's your thoughts on the 6-man tag main event?
Honestly, if it's the fucking match that I would recommend because it was the most brutal of them all.
Oh, and speaking of what I alluded to earlier, Jacob Fatu got the tag in, which I actually had the privilege of seeing Jacob Fatu compete in person when he was coming up on the indie scene. Right?
I've seen them too.
Yeah, around the area that I live in years ago. But anyway, we went to go attack Orton. Orton reversed it into a draping DDT. And Orton was doing his pose like, yeah, I got him. And Jacob Fatu sold like you on 2K24. He just got right back up and be like, you got what, bitch? That reminded me of you play the games like, John, you son of a bitch. That's the spot I was talking about.
What, did that bring back bad memories?
Yes.
Of a certain wrestler that got beat by a certain other wrestler?
You need to watch you need to rewatch that Undertaker versus Triple H WrestleMania 17 match and learn how to sell like that referee did. That's all I'm saying.
No.
But anyway, this match started off.
Once this is over, 1v1 me wrestling right now, you son of a bitch.
I'm too
We'll
fucking
be Eric Bischoff yet again, beat your ass.
God, no, that'll never really see the light of day. Anyway.
Anyone that saw my stream will just saw me beat your ass.
But
with,
technically,
Eric Bischoff.
But technically, my voice wasn't in it, so you could have beaten anybody.
It says your name on there, you dumbass.
Anyone could have been impersonating me.
No, it says D2 Word Live, son of a bitch. Don't even try to start that shit.
My account got hacked.
Your account got hacked my ass.
Okay, anyway. This match started off as a regular hard-hitting back-and-forth tag match. Well, 6-man tag like you would expect, but then when the referee... no team held the advantage for that long. And it was Cody Rhodes' match, so what do you expect? The match was alright, and then the ref bump happened. And that's when all hell broke
Kevin
loose.
Owens fucking stood his ground in a 4v1 fucking situation at the beginning.
Oh yeah, and the crowd was and I noticed the crowd was chanting "Flub you Solo," but they weren't using the word "flub."
Yes, they were saying "fuck you, Solo." Fuck you, Solo. Fuck you, Solo.
And you know what? In the promos leading up to it and what happened a couple weeks ago, I agree with Paul Heyman. There's only one person I acknowledge as a tribal chief, and it's not Solo.
Well, the thing is, Paul Heyman is scared of what is happening because he knows what happened. Because when he was in charge of the Samoan SWAT team,
yeah, what they did,
Pacific Wild Samoans,
yeah,
which is the Tonga King. Or Samuel Onawahi or whatever, or is it whatever Michael Cole said? That's Jacob Fatu's dad.
Tonga kid, yeah.
And
then yes, Jacob Fatu is also the the nephew of Rikishi and Umaga.
Yep.
Which since makes him the cousin of the Usos and Solo himself.
Yes, they are cousins.
So yeah, this match was hard hitting, especially after the referee went out not once but twice.
And the sons of Haku, the Tongans.
Yep.
They were. He told them, "Do not I do not trust him because of what happened when he was in charge of the Samoan SWAT team.
Yeah.
They were nuts.
Just like these guys are nuts. And even one of the commentators, I think Corey Grave mentioned that, yeah, Paul Heyman even ran an organization called ECW. I think everyone had a criminal background there. And they were all crazy. And they're calling the bloodline crazy. Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised Jacob Fatu even made it into Canada with his arrest record.
Maybe it was a work visa he had or something. That's the only way he could go in because he's working for a company. Just like the Usos have to go into Canada.
Well, the thing is, when he was wrestling on the Indies in MLW, he literally was going to set wrestlers on fire.
Yeah, that guy fucking crazy. That guy is crazy.
He literally poured gasoline on 3 freaking wrestlers and was going to light them on fire in the damn ring.
But yeah, anyway, after about a good back and forth, like for the first 15 minutes between the two teams, the referee went down after Souls Cohen knocked him down. And then that's when
he didn't just go down once, he went down twice.
And all hell broke loose. Including Tonga getting thrown to the announcer, or getting put through the announcer's table by Owens. And then Randy Orton went on an RKO fest near the end, which his momentum got stopped due to Samoan Spike.
Yep.
Then Owens went in to do some more damage on Fatu, only for get hit with a low blow from Tonga Loa, of all people. Interference.
No, he went to take on Tama Tonga, which his brother Tonga Loa fucking did 2 low blows,
putting him down. And then Cody Rhodes tried to hit the 3 crossroads on the Solo Sikoa, only for his momentum to get stopped.
Yep.
By, I believe, Fatu.
Yes, by Jacob Fatu.
Which enabled Solo Sikoa to hit the Samoan Spike on the Rhodes and get the 1, 2, 3 at the end. Meaning the bloodline. The bloodline won. Go on.
Now you gonna let me talk?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, at the end, they're like, the interview, and she's like, oh, we have him. And he's like, oh, how about this? Acknowledge me.
And I was thinking, when he said that, I was thinking this: how about go fuck yourself?
Yeah, because they literally asked him, oh, what does having Jacob Fatu be with you guys? He's all like, oh, acknowledge me.
It's like, really? Roman Reigns cut more of a promo before saying acknowledge me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Bloodline 2.0 defeated Team Talent name.
God damn it.
I'm never letting that go. But this could potentially mean that the SummerSlam main event next month could be Cody Rhodes defending the championship against Solo Sikoa in a one-on-one match. There was no Orton heel turn like everyone thought there'd be. There obviously wasn't any return of Roman Reigns because he was off dealing with his family with his passing of his father. Funeral was today, from what I heard.
Yeah.
So he knew he wasn't going to be there, so this just adds more fuel to the fire. With Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline, hopefully that saga ends by SummerSlam. This is going on for way too long.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got to go through our match scores here. First one, Drew McIntyre winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. With all the carnage there and it all adds up, I'd give that one about 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, 4.5.
Sami Zayn defeating Braun Breaker to retain the Intercontinental Championship.
3.5.
Yeah, I'd give it about 3.5. But that was, I believe, Breaker's breakout performance. No pun intended.
Yeah.
The Damian Priest retaining over Seth Rollins and a cashing in Drew McIntyre.
1.
I don't know what to really score it because the singles match itself was kind of meh, but the Money in the Bank cash in near the end kind of helped it. So I would give it about maybe 3 at best,
2.
only because of the cash in, right?
1 for the beginning and 2 for the middle.
Yeah. The women, Tiffany Stratton winning the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, I give it 4.5. Due to the carnage
3.
involved. Yep.
Just a 3.
I'll give it about 4.5. They went as hard as the men did.
Yeah, 3.5.
And the Bloodline defeating Team Talent Name in the 6-man tag team match. I'd give it about a 4.
4.5.
Yep. For me, the interference kind of ruined it for me, but it was nothing unexpected. That's why I didn't hurt it a whole lot, just a little bit.
Well, that's how the Guerrillas of Destiny have fucking dominated over in Japan.
Yep. So that's our thoughts on Money in the Bank 2024.
None of the Bloodline can fucking fight on one-on-one.
Yep. So anyway, our next freaking pay-per-view review will be this Wednesday, and yes, it'll be the Backlash 2001 pay-per-view.
Your grade.
Oh yeah, my grades for this one will be. I'll give it about a B.
I say C.
Yeah. Si, senor. Anyway, the next pay-per-view review we're going to be doing is the 2001 Backlash event. The event that I was going to upload last week, but due to personal reasons I'm not getting into, I had to postpone it.
And the fires.
And the fires, of course. I'm pretty sure people know about the fires in California right now. It sucked, right? I mean, shit. Word about the fires in our area spread like wildfire, no pun intended.
Well, this one's almost out. It's at 79% or 80% now.
At time of recording. Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. The next review we'll be doing is Backlash 2001. As for the following week, we should be on regular schedule, but you're just going to have to wait until the end of the Backlash 2001 review to know what our next review is. Because quite frankly, even though it's my pick for the next one after Backlash, I really don't know. Still deciding on that. So, yeah, we hope you enjoyed our review of the Money in the Bank 2024 pay-per-view, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.
Doses.